Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Monday, September 14th, 2020 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is my evolution comes when I connect to myself, body, mind, spirit, soul, and heart. And as always, I want to do a brief week overview and just a little touch upon the Jupiter retrograde. I did a write-up for the Jupiter retrograde. I was up on a mountain helping a friend out and having a friend help me out. And so the write-ups were easier. But Jupiter retrograde, I think the major thing that we need to know as Jupiter goes direct, begins really moving us through these final months of 2020 before Jupiter moves into Aquarius, is that we have an opportunity to utilize the manifestation properties of Capricorn energy and the luck, the goodness of Jupiter. And so it's like no matter what's happening, it's not like don't face the stuff that's happening, but do hold space for that vision. Do hold space for the good and do take physical acts and align them with that regularly. It doesn't have to be large acts, but think about it. What is that vision for the future? What would you like to build into your foundation, into your structure, and align with that? All right. So Jupiter direct, hooray. Yay for the Sagittarius. I already feel like I'm coming back online with that energy. Besides that, this week, okay, so we have some fast moving Leo yads happening. So the fast moving yads is when we have a connection with the moon. So the moon moves very fast, but this is of note because anybody who has a yad or lives with a yad bearer can connect into these energies and be like, what's happening? What's going on? It can get a little intense for yad bearers at times because it activates that lesson. And the finger of God, the finger of fate, it's like, this is so important. And so it really pushes the importance of the energy. So it's important to be aware of that. That fast-moving yad with that Leo energy is again reminding us, can we connect with love? And that really is that lesson of Leo, Venus in Leo, Moon in Leo. Can you connect to that love vibration? Because it's so important. And that does feed into that Jupiter direct energy of aligning with these visions of what you would like to build. Connect with your heart with that. That's part of that holistic energy, body, mind, spirit, soul, heart. We are also building into a new moon. We have a new moon on Thursday morning, like 4 a.m. Pacific time. New moon energy. Before the new moon, we have the dark of the moon. So in the dark of the moon, we may find our minds spinning. This is all stuff that's spinning up to be released. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's true, but do be present for yourself for anything that comes up in the spin cycle. It's part of the wash, right? So awareness of that. This new moon in Virgo will be connecting to Saturn. So Saturn is still retrograde just for a little bit more in Capricorn, but it is also aligning with that purpose, aligning with our mission, aligning with soul work energy. And you know what? We need to have body, mind, spirit, soul, and heart engaged to be able to fully activate in purpose, on purpose. So be aware of that with this new moon coming in. New moon's also wonderful for setting intentions. So what kind of intentions can you set around aligning with your purpose and aligning with your body, mind, spirit, soul, and heart? Aligning with your personal healing, aligning with your balance. And that's the thing too. We're in our basically last week of Sun in Virgo. So we really do want to find that alignment with the body, mind, spirit, soul, and heart. How many times am I going to say it this recording? That alignment in order to find our balance in Libra, in order to find that inner harmony that's so important with Libra energy. That's where we want to start with the body, mind, spirit, soul, and heart energies, finding them in balance, finding them all utilized, participating, working together. So do keep that in mind. That's a big lesson for this week ahead. Speaking of big lessons for the week ahead, there's definitely going to be a lot of worth stuff coming up this week as well, which we'll dig into in a second, but that just needed to pop through really fast. We also are building to a Mars yad. So we will have a Mars yad kind of building the end of the week. That one may be a little bit more intense than the fast-moving lunar yod, although the moon is part of the Mars yod. Now, why it's intense is the moon in Scorpio will be part of the Mars yod. Holy moly. Why, universe? Why? Sun in Virgo, moon in Scorpio, feeding into Mars. But we really have to be willing to look at our shadows with that moon in Scorpio. Look at our shadows, look at power and control stuff coming up, and checking our motivation. What is truly driving you? What is making you make these decisions that you make? We actually may have a bit of a double yod with that as well, facing that moon in Scorpio. So really looking at that shadow stuff. It is there for all of us, but can we rise into our power from that? We can, but we cannot avoid those energies. Those are the real monsters under the bed, the shadows that we try to avoid. So just awareness of that incoming. Of course, I will discuss it in the daily scopes. So speaking of the daily, let's look at today's daily energy. We have the moon still moving through Leo, moon in Leo, exercising our creativity, potential issues of shadow around ego energies coming up, ego of ourselves, ego around our inner child. There may be some deep wounds surfacing. The moon likes to bring up what's hidden. So it's always good to have the awareness of that. So speaking of that, what's hidden, the moon will be connecting to Uranus. So Uranus and Taurus, worth stuff coming up, worth triggers around our inner child. So again, the world will show you. What is your particular issue? The world will show you, but just be aware of that surfacing. Moon also connecting to Venus in Libra. And Libra and Taurus, both of them can carry that worth directive, that worth energy. So as it connects to Mercury in Libra, you may get the triggers with that Uranus connection, and then Libra comes in and is like, here's what it is. Here's where the balance is off. Here's where you need to harmonize with yourself. Here's where you need to harmonize with your inner child in and through this energy. And then we have the sun, Trine Pluto, 22 degrees, master degree, revolution, evolution degree. Here's where we can find the empowerment. But we have to be able to look with candor? I don't know what the right word is, but look with eyes wide open at the shadow that comes up. So there's deep potential for some transformational energy in here. Look, rebirth of the inner child. There it is. We definitely have the potential for that in this energy, but the triggers may feel a bit uncomfortable. Oh, I didn't even look at these cards. I so didn't even look at these cards. Here, we're kind of locked out from that heart energy, but here we have the rebirth. So we're definitely going to go through the cycle. Here's us not wanting to look at our shadows. Nope, not going to look at it. Nope, not going to look at it. And here's where we finally break the pattern and break on free so that we can have that rebirth energy. I saw that the light was shining on it. It's the rebel card. Rebelling from the shoulds, taking back our own power. And we take back our own power by our willingness to look at the full picture. So be aware of that. But worth stuff, definitely up. Yeah, Venus is building into a square with Uranus. So it might be a few cycles of the triggers. Oh, okay, I see what I'm doing. Empowerment. The triggers. So just be aware of that. And that goes hand in hand with those Leo yods, like I said. So loving yourself through it, even as the ego spikes. It's okay. This is part of the human process. It is okay. All right, so I think we'll leave that there. You can book a reading with me. Email me, mimiclark@gmail.com. Besides that, the better it gets, the better it gets. There's more than enough love in the world for you. You have the power, and stay curious. Namaste.